finally got round to another video for you. I'm doing another lying one at the moment. I will work on a standing one soon too, I hope. We're going to start sitting up today. I hope everyone's feeling good in this nice sunny weather. So we're going to think about breathing. Any comfortable position for sitting. If it's the frog position or cross-legged or just with your legs loose, that's fine. What I want you to think about is being right up on those sitting bones so that we're not curled backwards. Thinking about one line from our tailbone, lengthening up through the spine, through the back of the neck, out the top of our heads, as if our ears were being lifted towards the ceiling. Shoulders are relaxed down, arms just easy beside or in your lap. We're going to take deep breaths. So as we breathe in through our nose, we're thinking of those ribs expanding to the side and then relaxing. Lots of breadth across your back, shoulders staying easy. In through the nose, out through the mouth. You can close your eyes, but focus on that diaphragm and that rib cage. Lots of width. And as those breaths settle into a nice rhythm, we're just going to let our arms float with them. And out. As if those widening ribs were letting those arms expand. And easy. We're going to take bigger and bigger breath. Letting those arms gradually float up towards the ceiling and down again. Keeping the arms easy and the shoulders relaxed. And one more. Breathing in and hold. Just going to very gently bring those arms down. Going to take a drop of the chin, roll the spine forwards and just let everything relax comfortably down, rolling back up. Going to take a little circle to the side and forwards and to the other side and around, all the way the other way. Circle and drop and circle, feeling as if the head is heavy. We're breathing out and in and out and one more. Out and in, out and in, and just settle those shoulders, those spines. We're going to bring our feet parallel. I'm going to turn sideways for those. So we've got nice, easy feet on the floor, feeling them spreading out on that mat. Still up on those sitting bones, so that pelvis is as upright as possible. If the knees need to go a little further away for comfort, that's fine. We're going to work on curling, so pulling that belly button back, letting the spine curl, rolling that pelvis towards the floor, and then breathing in and coming up. We can hold on behind our thighs, or we can let those arms be free. Breathing out and breathing in. That same feeling every time you come up of lengthening through the spine, widening those ribs. Watch that the knees stay absolutely straight in front of us and aren't opening out to the side. Keep the big toes, the heels, connected to the floor. Breathing and lifting. 2 more. Breathing out and breathing in. Obviously these can be as small as they need to be for your spine. And pause. We're going to let our legs slide out. Easy into the floor. Keeping as upright as possible. Again, hands can be out or rested on your knees. We're just going to flex and point our feet. Getting those legs working. Keeping a little bit of engagement now into that lower abdominal. Opening the shoulders easy, wide backs. We're going to take a knee bend, so we use the heel as a little pivot, keeping the heel where it is. Knee lifts, toes pull back, and then press down. And then the other one. Lift and press. Lift, push through the foot. Feel as if you're pressing a pedal. As you push away, grow up through that abdominal. You'll feel it in those quads as well. We'll take one and we'll hold, and then we're going to swap and swap. Keep the breath. Breathe. Out and out. And 2 more times. And together, both knees and press. Both and press. Just 2 more. Obviously stick with singles if that's better for you. And bringing them back in. We're just going to walk those legs back in. Give them a little bit of a hug. Curling that spine. And then we're going to roll ourselves down. Again, hold the legs if we want. We're going downwards to stay down. So any way we can get ourselves back onto the floor. We're going to bring the heels in this time, nice and close. We're going to do rolling bridge to start. Hips tip as we breathe in, pulling that belly button down and then releasing the tailbone. In and out. In and out. Keeping those knees parallel, gradually getting a little bit higher into the bridge and all the way up. Rolling and press. Keep the big toes pressing into the floor a little way. Each vertebra rolling that spine, pulling each link of the chain away from the floor and then placing each link back down, pressing it into the mat. Every vertebra one at a time. Rolling up. We'll do 1 more. And next time we're going to hold up there. If we want, we can float the arms as well. That's an option. Dropping the shoulders back, arms above the chest. We're going to take 3 little heel raises. So I'm doing 2 legs at the time. If you want just 1, that's fine. Alternate legs. We're going to hold up there. We're pushing through the hips, lifting high. We're going to open the legs and bring them back to straight. Open, squeezing the glutes, the buttock muscles. Don't drop those hips. If it's too much up on your toes, you can always come back onto flat feet. 3, and then 3 more heels. 1, 2. Obviously the simpler version is to do this and then roll back down. If you want to stay with me, that's fine. If you want to roll back and reset each time, 3 opening, 3 heels. Just twice more. 1, 2, 3, and open, 2, and this will be the last time. Try not to let those hips drop at all. Keep them absolutely rock. Relaxed ribs, flat tummies, and squeeze, 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 and up. Slowly heels down. Roll everything back to the floor. Just going to take those feet for a little stretch. That little flex of the feet again. 1 foot point, 1 stretch. Straight knees this time. Good work. And bring them back in. We're going to settle them back a little bit further away from our spines this time. Just a little bit more open. And we're going to come into our ab prep. So we're breathing in. As we breathe out, rolling the top of the spine and back. Rolling and back. Roll. Trying not to let those shoulders come forwards any more than the rest of the chest. It moves as a whole piece. Just going to take one more, and we're going to relax. We're going to take simple knee lifts. We're either taking singles or doubles. So holding that belly button exactly where it is as we lift and lower. Don't let it arch up to the ceiling. Breathing out and in. Holding that center. Spine easy, shoulders easy. We'll just take 2 more. And 1 more. And we're going to just bring those feet and knees together. Stacking the feet, a little twist, relaxing the shoulders, rolling the spine. Feeling that belly button pulling in as we roll from side to side. You can let the head just drop away the opposite direction, trying to keep those shoulders relaxed into the floor. Just 1 more each side. Letting those feet stack on top of each other. We're going to do a little combination now. So we're going to keep those knees where they are. Hands just behind the neck. Keeping those elbows wide. We're going to do our ab curl again. But we're going to take a knee twist first. So twist. And then ab curl. That may be enough for us, or we might want to lift the feet, pop them down, and bring it back. So twist and curl, and lift, drop, and roll it back. Trying to come up as high as we can. Twist those knees, lift. Can those shoulder blades come off the floor? A little bit higher as you lift the legs. Drop and roll. Twist. Breathing out. Breathing in. Breathing out and breathing in. And twist. Trying to keep those elbows back as far as you can. 1 more each side. Twist. Lift. Keeping that twist. Trying to bring both shoulders up towards the end of your mat. Lift a little bit higher. little bit higher, and relax it down. Oh. So we're going to bring those feet back in again. We're going back into our rolling bridges, but this time we're going to roll up and stay up in a strength bridge. Knees are a little bit apart. Lots of work going on in the lower leg. Press the foot into the floor. So we can choose to just take a heel lift or a knee lift, or we can bring it up to a stretch. If it's a stretch, it's pointy toes. You may not be able to see that. And we're going to do 3 drops. We take the heel down and up, breathing out, and in, and tuck it back. Other leg, up, and drop, keeping it strong in the middle. Heel, toe, and down. One more each side. Here we go. Strong through the middle. And don't let those hips drop. And breath out and in. Other one. Up and 2. One more each side. You've got the hang of it now. Up. Trying to keep those shoulders relaxed. It's not easy. And up and in. And roll it back down. Obviously, if that's not for you, you stick with those heel lifts or simple knee lifts, or just carry on with some rolling bridges. So we're doing a little bit of a relax for those backs of the legs, a little bit of roll for that lower spine. And we're going to roll over onto our side. So we're going to bring the knees over and bring ourselves round. So enough staring at the ceiling for a moment. We're going to lie on our sides. Thinking about keeping that waist lifted right out of the floor. To do that, we lengthen the top hip, pulling it away towards the other foot. A little bit of support from fingers if we need it, or we can have a floating arm. I'm going to start with this one. We're taking a leg lift, lifting out of that underside of the waist, and we're just doing tiny little circles. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and we're going to hold the leg there. 1. We're going to bring the bottom leg up. 1. Try not to push into the waist. 3 lifts. And leave the top leg up there. Keep lifting out of that waist. 6 more little circles. We're going to alternate the circles with that bottom leg. 3 bottom legs. Try to feel like it's the thigh that is lifting and squeezing, not the foot. I think that was 3. And 6 little circles. Watch that those legs don't drift behind. Keep lifted up through the middle. And 3 from the lower leg. Let's do one more set. And holding it there, 3. So think thighs, think lengthening and lifting the weight. Hold them up there. Let's just do our little flex and point again. In and out. Alternate legs and back to the centre. Lift them a little bit higher. If you haven't taken that arm off and you want to just give it a little bit of a balance, lift high through the arm and relax. Oh. So we're coming on to our fronts to do some back extensions now. long arms and legs. Eye gaze to the floor, shoulders pull down the backs. We don't want our shoulders too near our ears. Doesn't matter if those arms are a little bit wide. We're going to start with one arm and a lift of the chest. Other arm. You've got one arm to give a little bit of leverage if you want it. And exhale. As long as you're breathing in and out, it doesn't matter too much whether you breathe in or out on the lift. We're going to add the opposite leg now. So as I lift my left arm, my right leg, lengthening through the spine. It's a long boat shape. Not a crunch. Try to keep both hip bones anchored into the floor, pulling that belly button through into the spine, keeping the chin tucked up and the eye gaze down to the mat, lengthening through the top of the head, long spine. Next time we're up, we're going to hold. If you want to, you bring the other arm and leg up. You can stay here or we can beat. 10, 9, 8, swims. 5, 4, 3. Keep lifted through the chest. 2, 1, and relax it down. Ooh. Lots of length through the spine for that one. We're going to come up into our all fours. So we're on hands and knees. We're just going to take a leg stretch. So we're going to pop the toes on the floor. We're going to press backwards. Nice and long. Lengthen out the back of that leg. Feel it lengthening the spine as well. Don't take the shoulders away from the wrists. Keep them right over there. Eye gaze to the floor, so we've got long neck. Watch that head doesn't drop. Lifting up through the belly. We're going to take the other leg to join it. Press through both heels a little way. We might want to rock forwards. Press back. Rock forwards to the toes. Press back. One more. We're going to keep the other leg out. And give that a little stretch. So pressing backwards. And bringing it in. Tucking toes. We're going to use that stretch by coming into our bear. So we want absolutely square. Knees are just hovering. We're going to take one leg out and the other leg out. One back, two back. Out, out, in, out, out, in. Trying to alternate, doesn't matter too much the pattern. Let's do one more set. Out, in, and another one. Out, out. Obviously on your knees if bear is too much. And relax it down. Let's just push back into that child's pose. Stretch out those wrists. Drop everything. Wide knees, feet together. Forehead, chest and forehead both towards the floor. Fingertips reaching away. And let's just settle our breath here. Breathing and relaxing through those ribs and into the hips. Slowly bringing ourselves out of that. We're going to come around onto the other side. So we need to lie with the other leg uppermost, lifting out of that waist. Stacked shoulders, head easy and relaxed. If you need a little cushion, that's absolutely fine. Support if we need it, not too close to our ribs. Feeling that easy length through the legs, stretching the top hip, opening out from the rib to the hip, lengthening that side of the body. Little lift, and we go into our circles. 6 circles and 3 bottom leg lifts. So as you lift that bottom leg, try not to sink into that lower side of the waist. 6 more. And lifts. Thinking always about the thighs. Feeling like you're zipping the thighs together. As you're circling, feel as if you're just rotating the top of that thigh bone in the hip joint. And lifts. 1 more go after this. If you want to try that arm float, 6 little circles. And 3 lifts. We're going to hold them up there. We've got flexes and points. Keep lifted, keep long legs. And then we're going to hold them there and just reach a little bit higher through that top arm. Lift those legs a little higher and relax it all down. Oh, good work. But we're not going to stop. We're going to come over into our press up position. If this is too much on wrists, do this one down in a plank on your elbows. If you can manage the wrists, we're coming up onto a press up. So we want relaxed shoulders but wide across the rib cage at the back. Watch that we're lifted through the middle but bum's not sticking up. Glutes are relaxed. We're going to keep those feet where they are. We're just going to roll the feet round and come into our side plank. Lifting right up from that underside of the waist. Shoulders lengthening to the ceiling. Lifting out of that supporting arm. Keep breathing as much as you can. I think the last one we did this down on our elbows this time. Back to the press. While we're in this press up, just a little knee drop. Obviously you can stay on your knees if you'd rather do this in half plank, as long as you've got a nice straight line from shoulders to knees and your knees aren't too far under you. So if we're in our press ups, we're press ups. If we're on our knees, we're on our knees. We're going to roll over up into the plank. If you're on your knees, you're down here. Lifting right up through that underside of the body. Lengthening out. If you can turn and look to the ceiling, keep breathing. 1 more little lift. Back to that plank. I'm going to hold this position. I'm going to bring those elbows in towards our ribs. Nothing else changes as we lower ourselves down. Stop for little elevator stops. As much as you can on the way down. Oh, good work. So we're going to roll over onto our backs. And we're just going to free up those legs a bit. Give them a little stretch above us. Going to climb up the legs, nice and tall. Breathing in, lifting those shoulders off the floor. Trying not to crunch them in, trying to keep wide through the chest. Going to hang on to one knee, pull the foot away, pull our body to our upright leg, push that one away and just hold. Breathe and hold. Lift a little higher if you can. Drop that leg a little lower if you can. Doesn't matter, wherever's right for you. Bringing it back up. Give that back a rest and back up we go. Hang on to the other leg. Heel away. Lifting tall. Breathing and lifting. Keep pushing through that bottom heel. Lift a little higher. If you want to flex the top leg as well, you can. Toes down towards your knee. And bringing them both up. We're going to swap, scissors. You can do this down on the floor if you need, or up. Small or big. Breathe. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And in. Little circle around for that spine. And the other way. Good work. Rolling them round. And a little roll to get us up. And we're coming into sitting. Oh, so we're nice and tall in our sitting. We're back in that position we started in. Up on our sit bones. Lifted through the centre of the body and the waist. We're going to stretch those legs out if that's comfortable. Nice and easy. Arms up. Dropping the shoulders down. Feeling tall through the head. Breathing in to prepare. Breathing out for bow and arrow. So shoulder and elbow opens. And another one. Lots of breath here. Breathing up and up. Breathe and lift. Breathe. Just a couple more. And bring it to rest. We're going into roll down. So we're curling through. This time straight legs if we can manage. And back. Up to you if you want to go all the way down. Or if you just want to go halfway. And up. Halfway or all the way. So we're curling again. This is one vertebra at a time on the floor. If that's feeling a little bit easy, crossed arms. Watch the shoulders don't roll in. Feel as if those fingertips are keeping the shoulders pressed outwards. As we come up. Let's just do a couple more. And next time we're halfway down, we're going to hold curled down. Arms can come out or they can come to our thighs. We're going to bring those feet back into bent. Toes just resting, feet down if you need, or just toes. You can hold underneath your arms, underneath your thighs. Legs are going to stretch. So we're curling through the middle of the body. We're going to try and come up for a stretch and a little bit of a curl. Stretch up and a little bit of a curl. As we stretch up, if we want to stretch the legs as well, we can. But we don't have to. If you need to hold on under your legs, that's absolutely fine. If you need the toes to go down, That's absolutely fine. Let's hold up. Under the legs if we want. Stretch toes if we want. Arms off if we want. Hold for a few seconds, lift a little taller, and then come in for a curl. Oh, great work. So we're going to come into our wide leg position. So wherever's comfortable for you. This doesn't have to be massively wide. Important thing again is to keep on those sitting bones. Keep that spine nice and long. Everyone will be different. We're going to take our arms wide. So fingertips to the side of the room. If that's too much, keep them down low. Taking a deep breath in, we're just going to do twists. Twist to look behind. Twist to look behind. Trying to move those arms as if it was a broom handle threaded through your shoulders. Try not to let those hip flexors get too tight. Try to relax those legs and work the spine. Breathing in and breathing out. And breathing in and breathing out. We're going to come back to the center. We're going to bring our front twist towards your right leg if you're facing me. We're going to bring both arms forwards and slide forwards over that leg. We want to keep that left buttock down on the floor. We want both shoulders towards the knee. This is why we bring this front arm forwards, to keep that back twisted. Stretching a little bit further and open. We're doing the other way. Twist to face the left toe this time. Arms slide down. Relax a little bit more. Thinking about the chest lengthening towards the toes. And up. We're just going to do one arm and open. One arm and open. This is our saw. Just a version of it. And open. Opposite arm to leg. Keeping those two sitting bones grounded. One more each side. Twisting, bringing that shoulder forwards. Gently if you have any issues with your back. And ease. Oh, bringing those legs in. So, nearly there. We're going to come into Mermaid. So the choice is to sit with both legs down. We're propped up. So if you're facing me, this is your right arm. And the legs are over towards your left. If you want the full mermaid, you pop the top leg foot flat in front of the other instep and arm rests. So we're going to lift our hips. If you're on two legs, you're lifting up and over. If you're on one leg, you're lifting up, keeping that heel pressing into the floor, pushing the hips forwards, and then lowering down, controlled. And two more. Press and lower. And one more. Hold, hold. If you want on the hold, you can slide that bottom leg through and lift a little bit higher. And back. And mermaid the other side. So either two legs together, left knee in front, left arm, right leg up, lifting nice and tall. So we're sitting on one hip. We're going to press through that bottom arm, through that front heel, and reach up, arching the spine, and breathe. As important as going up is lowering down in a controlled manner as you breathe out. Last one. Breathing up, If you want that little bit more, slide that foot through. And bring the knee back as you come down. Ah, good work. And we're just going to finish off with a little bit of a stretch for the spine and some breathing. So just coming onto our knees. I'm probably going to disappear out of the video here, but it's our hips and our thighs and our hip flexors. We want fists towards our glutes, elbows brought in a little bit, or you can use your hands and just press forwards. Feeling a little stretch at the top of those legs. You don't need to squeeze the bottom. If you want to arch those chests up, you can. And bring it back. One more little go. Try not to push the belly out. And back. Good. And then we're coming into our sitting kneeling. If this is not for you, just do the side reaches sitting on your bottoms. We're coming up and pressing our hands to the ceiling. Watch that the shoulders don't come up. It's a push me, pull you. Push up through the hands and pull down through the lats and the back of the shoulder blades. So we're going to reach over to our right, to your right. We're going to lift those bottoms and push them in the opposite direction. So we're hanging there. Keep breathing. Watch those shoulders. Look down at the floor if you can. And back to the centre. Reset the arms nice and tall. Shoulders pull down. Lats, shoulder blades pulling down. Wrists pressing up. Reach over towards that left side. Hips over the opposite direction. Pull through the waist as if you were going to fall over. Keep breathing, keep lengthening. Drop those bottoms down and back to the centre. Oh. We're just going to end today with a nice little bit of breath. So, child's pose, wide knee, wide arms. Just let it relax, no effort. Feel the shoulders and the chest drop down. And just focus here on the breathing. Feel the width through those ribs. We're going to bring ourselves slowly back. Just rest those arms on the knees. Stay here. And take a little gentle breath in. Just breathing in and breathing out. Remember, sit on your bottoms if that's not for you. One last breath, big one in, and arms down the front. And just relax out of that. So I hope that one was good. Quite a bit in there. Take a while to build it up, you know, use a little bit, do a few of the exercises if it feels too much to go through the whole thing, or mix and match with some of the easier ones. Don't forget to take plenty of rest days in between. I'm sure you're all busy cycling, running, and doing lots of other bits and pieces, but thank you for watching again, and keep checking in with me. It's lovely to get your messages, and I will work on a standing sequence for the next time that I feel brave enough to do this, and brave the lockdown hairdo as well. Take care, look after yourselves. Bye.